Story time. Questions. So, what are your thoughts on marrying somebody that you've known for only a week? Not somebody from your country, but somebody from a different country, a different culture, a different continent altogether. What are your thoughts on that? Please write down your comments below. Now, today I'm going to tell you a story about an illegible bachelor who finds a foreign wife within a week. Yes. And when I say ineligible, I mean he's undesirable. In his own country, he is undesirable. He's a bachelor, but he's undesirable. There are so many things that could make you undesirable bachelor in China. First and foremost, you need to be somebody who's got money. You need to be somebody who's got a house and a car and a proper education. And if you don't have any of those, you become undesirable. Nobody wants to marry you under normal circumstances. So these people have resorted to finding wives outside China. Even also being a divorced man is also a reason for you to be rejected by the Chinese ministers. Nobody wants to marry a divorced man. That is the normal thing, right? So this man is called Mr. Leeway. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to call him... let's call him Uncle Mudiwa, because he's absolutely loved by his people. He's absolutely loved by the netizens in his country. So let's call him Uncle Mudiwa. So Uncle Mudiwa, a divorced man who found it hard to get a partner to spend the rest of his life with in China, decided to widen his options to find a wife. So what did he do? First, he went to Pakistan, where he then said, the ladies here are too demanding. So he decided to go to Zambia, Southern Africa. And there, he found a wife within a week. 1 week, African child said, nah. Let's go, my love. We are going together to China. Let's hear the story. So like I said, the netizens in his country, China, love him absolutely. They absolutely loved him. And they supported his journey to find a wife. Everybody was on team, let's find Uncle Mudiwa a wife. And everybody wanted to help Uncle Mudiwa to find a wife. So everybody had an opinion. Everybody had something to say about his choices and about the women that he was meeting. Not that he met many, he just met one woman. So Uncle Mudiwa went to Pakistan, and many netizens expressed their support for him. However, as soon as he was there, he realized that there were so many there looking for foreign wives, which narrowed his chances and also made local women and their families bolder in asking for material things from the men. Wow. Supply and demand. They were also told that since China and Pakistan are neighbors, it would be easier for the lady to just leave him and return to her country at any time she wished, with many examples cited by netizens. So netizens were like, nah, Uncle Mudiwa, we support you, we want you to find a wife, but not in Pakistan. Pakistan? That's too close to home. If something happens, she will just decide to go home and leave you, and we have to go on the hunt again. So how about you find somebody a bit further, somebody from probably very far, who would think twice before she walks out on her marriage? And Uncle Mudiwa thought, you guys could be right. Facebook family, Douyin family. Douyin is like TikTok here in China. Weibo is Facebook. So he was like, oh, you guys are absolutely right. I love the way you're thinking. So let's go far. Where shall we go? And they decided, let's go to Africa. About Pakistan and its women, Uncle Mudiwa had this to say. As long as you have money, you can get a wife in Pakistan. But there will be so many demands after marriage, and it would take more than 7 months for her to be able to return with her husband to China. Sometimes even a year. And Uncle Mudiwa was definitely not waiting that long to get a wife back home. Okay? In spite of those thoughts and those sentiments, Uncle Mudiwa went on 5 or 6 blind dates and said he had a crush on one of the ladies. The two arranged for a meeting with the lady's family and agreed on the requirements. Yay! We all thought Uncle Mudiwa was getting married, right? Wrong. So Uncle Mdiwa prepared for everything needed, including a bride price, traditional Pakistan marriage clothes, and a pre-marital health check, amongst other things. Yes, and I'm emphasizing on premarital health check. Sideline, that is required, not just by the Asian culture thing, but also in life in general. We need to get our health checked, not because we want to be able to say, oh, I can't marry you because you've got this medical condition. No, but because we want to be supporting each other in our marriages. I should know what you're suffering from. What medication are you taking? So that I know how to support you. So that I know when to remind you to take your medicine. So that I know when to remind you not to eat the wrong food, to drink the wrong drinks, You get the drift? Yes, it's not about stigma. It's not about sidelining people with conditions. It's just about supporting each other. If I decide that I want to be with you in that condition, then I must be able to support you. I must know so that I can support you. You should know about me so you're able to support me. Right, let's get back to our story. However, when they met the family for the wedding, the family added more demands that made Uncle Mdiwa feel like they were not sincere. After disagreeing on the added demands, the two sides decided to cancel the wedding. Ha! Uncle Mdiwa, you should have negotiated. You shouldn't have just said, oh, you want this much? Okay, fine, I'm taking it. I'm giving it to you. No. You negotiate a little. Because if you don't negotiate, you're giving us the impression that you've got it all. You've got it all figured out. You've got lots of money. You've got more to give. So we'll ask for more. Of course, the family elders will intervene at night. They will not intervene. They will gather together at night and discuss. He did not negotiate. That must mean he's got more money, right? So let's change our lobola list. Kati chinjei. Bamnini. Wedzera yapo pamasuta apo isaya 3, pamnini pamota apo isaya dzimwe 2, pamomba apo daita wedzera dzimwe 4. Hana kuchema mukwasha nfona wanga ine mari. Wrong idea. Again, it highlights the differences in cultures. It highlights that if he had known the culture of where he was trying to marry, he would have done the right thing, or right thing in courts of cause. He would have negotiated, and they probably would have not asked for more. But netizens were actually excited that they were proven right, that no, Pakistan was not for him. So, Uncle Mdiwa and the netizens, we went all the way to Zambia because we realized, this one not before us. Let's go to Zambia. In Zambia, Uncle Mdiwa was first introduced as a single lady, but later found that she was not independent in her thinking, as she had to consult her parents for everything. Mami, matindita say, Mami, ere. Mami, mati. And Uncle Mdiwa said, no, this cannot work. We are going to go all the way to China. How are you going to be consulting your mother with the time zone differences? Honestly, it's not going to work. Then he was introduced to another lady, Queen. Listen to the name, Queen, whose young sister is also married to a Chinese man and lives in Henan province. Ha! Already we have a family in China? This one is going to work. Once the two met on a blind date, they both said they were attracted to one another. So they agreed a day to meet Queen's family. Yeah! Uncle Mdiwa is getting married. Finally, they met Queen's brother at first, who, after understanding the man's situation, said he had no problem with the two getting married. By his situation, we are referring to the fact that he was a divorcee, guys. There was nothing really complicated about him. He was just a divorcee. He never had children in his first marriage, but the fact that he was a divorcee, there is a stigma attached to that over here. So yeah, that was the situation that his Queen's brother understood. Uncle Mdiwa then met the whole family last Saturday. So this was in September, Right. Okay. This happened in September of 2025. He then met the rest of the family and discussed all the requirements, which was just 35,000 kwacha. 35,000 kwacha is equivalent to 10,500 yuan, which is Chinese money, right, for the bride price. When Uncle Mudiwa handed the 35,000 kwacha to Queen's mom, she told him that the two have now become husband and wife, and that he can go to find her any time he wants while they are waiting to complete marriage registration processes. Ha! Uncle Mudiwa is married. Congratulations, Uncle Mudiwa. Congratulations. The biggest setback for Uncle Mudiwa, which made him an ineligible bachelor in China, is that he's a divorced man. Although he did not have a child in his first marriage, the history made it hard for him to find someone else in China. Oh my goodness. Just being a divorcee is a challenge in China. You will have problems finding your next partner. Queen also has a child. Okay. It's not clear if the child was out of wedlock or if the child was from a failed marriage. It's not clear. But what I like about this couple is that they both decided that, well, we both have our past and we are not going to concentrate on that. That's none of our business. Okay? Your past is your past. Let's move. Let's start from here where we are. Right. Judging from their interactions between the two in the past weeks, netizens said Queen seems to be a very hardworking lady and one would want to spend the rest of their life with her, unlike some of the ladies that Uncle Mudiwa previously went on blind dates with. So Uncle Mudiwa was updating us on his dates with Queen, and every time that he was with Queen, he was updating the netizens, and the netizens were super excited for him. They said, okay, Queen is actually the best. She's hardworking, she's polite, she sounds like a very kind person, she sounds like she comes from a very well groomed background. She's good for you, Uncle Mudiwa. Bring her home. We are waiting for our daughter-in-law. We're waiting for our for our sister-in-law. We are waiting for our aunt. Netizens were super excited. But even better, Yvonne, who's Queen's young sister, will have a company and a family member to offer support to her in China. Remember, we said Yvonne, who is Queen's young sister, is already married to a Chinese man and living in Henan province, which is central China. So it's actually quite an advantage for both of them. Now, that's the story about a man who found a wife in a week. What are your thoughts? Do you think that relationship will last? There's language barrier, there's cultural differences, there's we don't even know each other. We are going to have to learn each other while we are in marriage. But marriage is my marriage. What are your thoughts? Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. More stories, more love stories coming from Asia. Stay tuned to this channel.